Hi, hello, good day. Welcome to Newspaper Review on Niger Watch. My name is Ima and I'm reporting live from Lagos, Nigeria. Hey, the weekend is upon us. Yes, I know you can see and feel the excitement. Who isn't happy to have a good weekend? Hello, hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my Niger Watch family across the globe. How you doing? How you doing? Come share some good news with me. Come talk to me about the highlights of your week. And yes, the weekend is upon us. Happy weekend, my people. Happy weekend. How you doing? Good day to you watching me. Yes, you know I see you. Ima, the one that sees you, even when yeah, you think she's not seeing you. I see you. I see you. I really do see you. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Please let's do the needful by liking this broadcast, sharing, inviting someone to this broadcast. It's such a beautiful day. The weather is clement. I think it's gonna rain. Yes, it looks like it's gonna rain today in Lagos. Looks like we are in for a good time in Lagos, but not for those that will be in traffic. You know, when it rains in Lagos, everywhere is tight. How you doing? Please don't forget to do the needful, guys. I'm saying it again. Let's like this broadcast, share, invite someone. I'm waiting. Invite someone to partake in this broadcast. Now let's move to the comment section and see what's happening in there. Naomi Bella, I don't know. Should we be worried? Good morning to you, Naomi Bella. Good to see you this beautiful morning. How you doing? She already said she's doing good. All right, Naomi Bella. I'm doing okay too. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking, Naomi Bella. Mommy Diasporas, dearest Mama. Thank you for being here as always. It's good to have you and happy weekend to you, Mama. I hope you have a good one. Merry Kimade. Good morning to you too. How you doing? I hope it's a new one for you. Naomi Bella, plenty love to you. Thank you. Thank you. And welcome to this broadcast. Yes, I know I have Edo Light here. Yes, Edo Light. Good morning to you too, sir. How you doing? Welcome to a beautiful and a fruitful weekend. Yes, Osagovo. Hey, how you doing? It's good to have you on this broadcast. I hope everything is going good and well for you, Osagovo. I've been waiting for you to respond to me. Please say something. Mommy Diaspora, thank you very much, Mama. Okay, guys, I also wanted to say, for as many that I hear home or, of should you have anything that you'd like for us to bring to the notice of people, please reach out to us on all of our media social media platforms. We are available, we are accessible. Yes, you will get a response immediately you reach out to us. Maybe not the very second you reach out, but you definitely would get a response. We have people in place to take up complaints and all of this. You just have to send all of the details, no half information, and to not forget that we would have to carry out due diligence also before we bring it to the platform to broadcast. Thank you, Omar Cairo Lovett. It's lovely, 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 lovely to have you here. Thank you. It's good to see you here. Thank you. Guys, please let's not forget to do the needful liking this broadcast. Yes, I'm very particular. And also the comment section, to the right, you have the dollar sign to support us. Now, if you're not operating a domiciliary account, it really doesn't matter the currency you're using. That's just it's just like a landmark. Yeah, it's just like a landmark. You use that, and whatever currency that you choose to support us from, you still can do that. Yes, I hope you understand. You still can do that. Thank you. Let's keep the likes rolling in. Let's keep the likes rolling in, guys. And if you would like to be part of today's discussion, you know the drill. Right there in the comment section, you have the link. If you'd like to come on board, just click on the link and you'll be right here dissecting the headline news with me. Brother Nice, I don't know if you're waiting for Mr. McVelly to come and take your spot again, or you're just going to do the needful already. I look forward to having each and every one of you already. All right, guys, not wasting without much further ado, let's dive right in. Now, shall we begin? Our first paper for today is The Punch. All right. Wike sues Atiku Tambuwal, demands recognition as candidate. Governor asks courts to order INEC to remove Atiku's name from candidates list. Wike faults Tambuwal's withdrawal for Atiku, says PDP acted in bad faith. Atiku has not been served, says media aide. PDP spokesman keeps mum. That's the headline news, and the writers just sums it up. Um, what's going on? What the headline is saying. I think it's very very clear. But we're going to take the story. Malami NGF on collision costs over $418 million deductions. Here we have controversy as Seplat denies Exxon Mobil deal cancellation. FG rules out interference in EKWERAMADU's UK trial. Fire engulfs National Assembly store, destroys documents. And if you'd like to have more details on that, please check page 10 of the Punch. And we have the picture, the burial ceremony of Buhari security guards that were killed in an ambush. We told the story a couple of I think that was sometime last week that this happened, but that's the burial procession on there. FG hasn't informed ASU of cash crunch, and that's from also Deke. I think that's the vice chancellor of that's the vice chancellor. I think that's the vice chancellor of I think Unilag, but I know he's been the spokesperson. He has been the one taking interviews and media rounds and all of that. Canada-bound postgraduate students killed. Edo family demands justice. Doctors decide on strike Sunday. Begin advocacy visits. You know, the doctors have been threatening that they are about to go on strike. They will go on strike and all of that. It seems like their warnings, the call outs, you know, it seems like it meant nothing because it's almost like the federal government are saying, see, we don't have money to sort anybody. So if you want to go on strike because of this, just join the queue already. The long queue of departments that things that are going on strike, you know, is what is going to bring about a solution. And we can't afford to have our doctors on strike. I mean, the few that are even left still wants to, oh, that'll be not so nice. There was a fire incident at a storeroom in the House of Representatives section of the National Assembly complex in Abuja on Thursday. Photos from the scene showed burnt documents, furniture, and other items. And yeah, it was just a room, as the story reports. And the room looked like the fire was carefully. I think in the afternoon we get to analyze all of these things. Okay, Wike sues Atiku and TAMBUWAL demands recognition as candidate. Governor Yemso Wike of Rivers State has sued the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, the Sokoto State Governor, TAMBUWAL, and the PDP over the conduct of the presidential primary of the party that was held in Abuja on the 28th of May and 29th of May 2022. Please, gentlemen, welcome to this broadcast. Please do the needful by putting your mic on mute. Thank you very much. In his suit, marked FHC Abuja CS 7822222, Wike and a PDP chieftain, Nugent Ekamon, are listed as plaintiffs. In the originating summons, the PDP is listed as the first respondent, while the Independent National Electoral Commission is the second respondent. TAMBUWAL and Atiku are listed as the third and fourth respondent, respectively. During the PDP presidential primary, when aspirants were asked to address delegates, TAMBUWAL had asked them to vote for him, only to return moments later to ask them to vote for Atiku. Yes. Wike, has come out to say that why is including TAMBUWAL in this. Is saying that during the party primaries when they were asked to speak, that they gave TAMBUWAL a slot to speak twice, whereas every other person got to speak just once. Now, and While Tambuwal asked that people should vote for him, he clamored for votes and all of that. Only for him to, when the votes got to him and all of that, he gave his votes. He said he was stepping down for Atiku, and as such, they should give his votes to Atiku. And now he's saying that that was a deliberate act and that should be cancelled because Tambuwal is using the fact that Tambuwal had to speak twice, whereas others, and that they know that Tambuwal already knew that he wasn't going to do that. He knew that he was going to give his vote to Atiku all along, and he played everybody, and that when that happened, he expected that PDP would do the needful by cancelling it, or if you're going to step down, your votes will just follow you down the drainage, right? But no, they agreed and they gave it to Atiko. So now that is his basis and saying that it should be restored after if they take away Tambuwa's votes, that he is the one that would emerge as the presidential candidate. So what has become a ton of events. Now let's see if Wike's accusation, proposition, perspective, his ideas. I don't even know where or how to quantify this, but let's see if the courts, would do the needful. So that's why he's saying that. So this is how he intends to be replaced by Atiku if the court grants it and orders INEC to cancel Atiku's Atiku as the flag bearer. Then Wike, I mean, as my amiable panelists always say, that what can happen in Nigeria is what cannot happen in Nigeria is impossible. I don't know. I know that you guys just want to begin to talk about this, but please allow me just finish the papers. Okay, FG hasn't informed also of cash crunch. That's from Osodeke. We already said that. Now, this controversy about Seplat, ExxonMobil, the presidency, and all of this, I don't know where it's going to land. Seplat has come to say that they don't know of any cancellation as it is. They've been given the go-ahead, and there is nothing stopping them. And meanwhile, even the presidency has come out to say he's backed down from this deal. And now you see, that's the problem. We have a president that he gives his word. Nobody takes his word for it. This is the chief in command, for crying out loud, is backing down on a deal, but the other party are refusing to accept it. Okay, all of this things just keeps getting, more interesting as the day unfolds. Nigeria loses 101 billion naira worth of oil, says OPEC. Buhari security guards killed, buried. Okay, we talked about that one. I think we'll just move on. And then the doctor strike. The federal government has commended discussions with the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors over the demands of the doctors. The punchline to that, some NARD, Nigerian Association of Retired Doctors, as NARD, executive members are in Abuja meeting with officials of relevant government ministries, departments, and agencies. They get into this meeting and they come out with nothing at the end of the day. I mean, look at governments, ministries, departments, agencies, all of this, and they still want to go on strike. Anyways, the point had earlier reported that the resident doctors had on July 30th, 2022, issued a 2-week ultimatum to the federal government to implement all the agreements it had with the association, or it would embark on an indefinite strike. Now, this is also one of the problems that ASU has with the federal government. They say, they are also saying that the agreement that we've entered into in a gentleman's, way, it needs to be implemented. As now, the doctors are also saying the same thing. We'll move to Daily Trust. I can see that the comment section is buzzing, and I am trying not to even go there so that I don't get distracted. Guys, I will turn to you in just another minute. And on Daily Trust, we have here, we won't use force to rescue abducted train victims. I need to get your reaction on this. And that's from the number one man, Buhari himself. Meet release victims, says neutralizing terrorists won't stop. I really don't understand what that means. I'll say that again. So if anybody here, the comment section, here on the panelists, if you'd like to educate me on that, I am very willing to learn. It says we won't use force to rescue abducted train victims. Meet release victims, says neutralizing terrorists won't stop. We can't afford ransom, and that's from the families. That's their cry to the president. Presidential guards killed by terrorists buried amid tears. Governors protest over $418 million Paris Club deductions baseless. And that's from the acting AGF. No going back on tariff hike on cost data, finance minister. It's amazing how you have someone in place as okay, the minister of communications and all of that. Pantamin, Ali Pantamin, has come out to say that this tariff is baseless and it should not be implemented because Nigerians are going through a lot already. But the finance minister is here to say no going back, no going back on this tariff hike on cost. That is to say that a minute, am I even saying a minute? A minute or okay, let's say a minute or a second. If it used to go for 20 naira, it has just been doubled. It will now be going for 40 naira. Now, when you check, and so some of you maybe don't, you get to see that five kobo per naira, 5 kobo per seconds. Now, when you check it out, it's going to turn to 40 naira or 20 naira, but it has just doubled. So, what you would use for 200 naira worth of credit, boy, you can barely do nothing with that anymore. If this comes, if this stays, if this is executed, if it is implemented, that is what it means. 1,755 terrorists surrendered, 29 killed in 2 weeks. What is their definition of surrendered? Did they come themselves? And that's from the military, by the way. Did they come themselves to say we are laying our guns? What's next? Are this the set of so what's next? 1,755. Now that business is seemingly booming for them and they surrendered. Really, should we take that? I think the military has to start showing us. Don't just put it in the papers. Show us. Let us see. Let us see. Over church attack. Murik seeks compensation for Fulani victims. I don't understand. I'm really not understanding a lot of things in the papers today. Over church attack. Murik seeks compensation for Fulani victims. Okay. Man promises woman marriage, dupes her 5 million naira. Organ harvesting. FG rules out interference in EKWERAMADU's trial. And there, the picture you have the burial procession of the security, residential security guards. That I mean, we followed the story. Our last paper for today is gonna be the Sun, Daily Sun, and here we have just above the headline, you have Guards Brigade bury slain captain, 4 soldiers in Abuja. Condolences to the family. Terrorists creating parallel government in Kaduna. El Rufai cries to Buhari. Stop killings in Southeast. Others, Catholic bishops tell government. FG will continue to deduct $418 million Paris Club refund. And that's for Malami. Says signed indemnity. Part payment confirmed governor's liability. EKWERAMADU. Why FG can't interfere. If you like more on that story, please go to page 28. You'll have it. I am committed to better Nigeria, anchored on youth development, and that's from Peter Obi, presidential candidate of Labour Party. PDP dares Wike, says you can't go now. Party elders apply pressure on chairman. Ministers fight over planned phone. Okay, that's not clear. Okay, so that's that on our headline news. Hi, Mr. Charles. It's good to have you. Oh no, Mr. Collins, it's good to have you on this broadcast. How you doing?
Fine. Good morning, my sister Emma. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm fine, thank you, Mr. Collins. I'm fine, fine, thank you. How are you? How's the family?
I'm okay. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. You look good. You look good. You look good this morning.
Thank
And
you, Mr. Collins. Thank you
you're
very
welcome.
much. Let
Welcome.
me know your okay. Let me say hello to every other person in the house, and we'll catch your reactions in another minute. Please, thank you,
You're
brother.
welcome.
Nice. Good day to you, brother. Nice. How are you doing, brother? Nice. All right, Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy. Good evening to you, Mr. Kennedy. How are you doing today?
Good evening, Mrs. Emma. It's nice to be here. But I want to talk to Mr. Collins. Not be every time you go come here they toast Mrs. Emma. All of us know say she fine. Not be only you know. You understand? So you go take her easy. So as you they see her, and so we too they see her. My brother, how are you, Mr. Collins?
Fine, sir. I'm fine, sir. I'm
Okay,
fine, sir. Good to
thank
have
you,
you.
thank you. Na joke, oh, na joke. She FBI not there yet.
No CIA, no CIA, CIA,
Okay,
no day.
okay. Thank you, thank you.
Mr. Collins, please don't take what Mr. Kennedy has said. Please give me my compliments every day. You know, I'm coming back by 1 p.m. Give me the
And
compliment
for sure,
again. Thank you very
for sure, it's
much.
very important.
Thank
It's
you
very
very much,
important.
sir.
You're
Brother
welcome.
Nice, I see that you are here. How you doing, Brother Nice?
Yeah, I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. And you? I hope you're fine too.
Yes, Brother Nice. I'm very well. Thank you very much. Welcome to today's broadcast. I'll get back to you. I just wanted to say hello to the
Uh,
gentleman in the house.
all
Yes,
right.
Mr. Collins, let's have your reaction. Let me talk about this story of um yesterday I shared a story of how no, I think it was the day before yesterday, of how this there was a hit and run case on the express. This truck or this vehicle hit this woman down, and instead of people to rush to help her, they went on ahead to steal from her. Now that's very sad. And yesterday this happened yesterday. This woman, she was passing by and she saw that there was an accident scene, right? And she moved to, sympathetically went on like, oh, they need to rush this person to the hospital, they need to do this, they need to do that. When she came closer, she saw that it was her son. The young man died on the spot. The
Oh
woman
my
broke
God.
down when she saw that. You see, it's always good to be good. It's always good to be good, to be kind. It's always good to help people. Well, if she had just passed on by, she won't even know that that was, well, at least she got to see that. She got to see that moment with the child and with the boy. That's a really sad. That's
Oh,
a
my sympathy
sad
to
loss. I
you.
tell you. Yeah, it's a sad loss. And the police are shielding the killer of this man. The police are shielding. They don't want, what seemed like to rescue the man from jungle justice. Now, the family are yet to see the killer of their sons and they are demanding justice. They want to, of course, they have to see, they need to know who did this. They're demanding justice. We took that in the news. I totally forgot to share that story with you guys. I just remembered. And I hope I don't, uh, I'm not leaving out, any other story. But there is an obvious story here that we need to dive right in, and that is Wike suing Atiku and Tambuwa. Mr. Collins, please give us your reaction to this.
Once again, thank you for having me, and good morning to the listeners as well. For me, my condolence goes to the woman that lost her son. My condolence goes to the man. I believe and I pray that there will be justice for her son. That is one thing I keep talking about. A lot of jungle justice in Nigeria is too much. Sometimes people that deserve that jungle justice, nobody give it to them, but ordinary civilians are always receiving jungle justice in so many ways. You remember the policeman that was hitting somebody with cutlass, you understand? I think there is an also jungle justice. So I thank God that the policeman have been English for his duty, you understand? So he's no longer in duty as a police officer. I think that the person have gotten his own justice, and I believe that the woman at the end of the day got justice for his son, for her son. Most people that deserve that jungle justice, we don't give it. I think our politicians are the ones that are supposed to be receiving the jungle justice, but we don't give them jungle. We always praise them. In case of Wiki and the article, I don't want to dive too much about it. I don't want to talk about it too much. I just believe I'm just happy that things are happening this way in our own favor because when things are happening like this, I see it as an opportunity. I see it as a favor because Wike and Atiku, let them keep ranting like this, keep deceiving themselves, keep taking, like they let them take themselves to any court they wish to. So at least while doing this, they will lose focus where they're supposed to do. So why Labour Party keep going? So I want them to keep spending their time in that. But at the end of the day, if you look at it in a very way, Wike have right. I think he has a right in taking Atiku to court because if you check the whole thing they are talking about, in actual sense, if Tambuwal is no longer contesting, I think anybody that's voted for Tambuwal, the vote should be for Tambuwal, not for Atiku. You understand? So you can't just take somebody's vote and merge it to someone's vote again. That for me, I don't think is correct. So if Tambuwal is no longer interested in a presidential candidate, I think he should everything that concerns Tambuwal should be removed out of the whole thing. You understand? So then the normal people who are the Wike and the Atiku and the rest who are Sariki, their own vote should be for them, not bringing someone vote. Because if you bringing someone vote to match, that is partial for me. That is partial. So if you want to make things in a rightful way, I think Atiku Wike, because before you see Wike driving Atiku to court, maybe the illegal advisor, people have already advised him on something. They have reason why they should do something like this. Nigeria, anything can happen in Nigeria. That is where you see Mr. A can turn up and become Mr. B. Mr. B can turn up and become Mr. A. So if it's somebody in Imo State that come out fourth, that end up ruling Imo State today, they show you that we can have a chance. So for me, anything can happen in Nigeria. So that is my take on that. Thanks.
All right, Mr. Collins, I'll get back to you. Brother Nice, do you think that what do you expect from this turn of events with the PDP? Do you think by chance that Wike could come out as the flag bearer? I mean, if this is anything to even go by.
Yeah, thanks again for inviting me. Greetings to all the panelists and people in the comment section. For me, Wike want to try, he's a lawyer. So maybe he want to go and try the suit that he left behind before. He want to try it again in the court to know if the suit is still functioning. This is a complete lose. There's no way he's going to win this kind of case. It's a deed and done case. Somebody has already become the flag bearer of PDP. You take him into court. What are you going to tell the court? What is the proof? Which proof do you have now to say what is the case safe? You don't even have case in this issue. You understand? So it's just, for me, it's just a wasting of time. This Wike is supposed to, all this energy that is using to drag people to court, to find a way to become something else in politics. He should just channel that energy to farming, as Obasanjo did. It's better. Channel after your tenure in governor, just channel that energy to farming, as Obasanjo did. It's better for him than fighting A and B and C. It's not good. This is a case of He's not going to. I don't see how he's going to win this kind of case. There's no case here for me.
You really think he doesn't have a case?
He don't have a case. What is he going to tell judge? Okay, he's just going to go there now and tell them.
This is Nigeria. This is Nigeria.
My brother, even though it's Nigeria, this is a case of justice. You don't have proof. First of all, the judge need proof. What has they done to you that that you want to bring to the court? Where is your proof? You are just going to go and tell them that they steal the presidential candidacy from you, or Tambuwal match is this thing electorate with this thing. That is the case. It does not make sense to judge that case. They will just sweep it aside. Or there is a case that kind of case. This is Western world here. That's what they call a classman without no. They will class that case without no this thing. No information anymore. They will just put it aside, that case. They will not even talk about it if it's Western world, because there is no case there. You know,
All right,
so
brother, nice.
it's your channel that is energy to farming. It's better.
Okay, thank you for your contribution, Mr. Kennedy. Do you also think that there is no case? I don't know. I kind of slightly disagree with Brother Nice's submission on this. I think he has a case, and what will be? I think this 2023 presidential election is oh goodness gracious. I think we are not even ready for the dramas that will be unfolding every day, Mr. Kennedy.
Thank you very much. Thank you, all our viewers and listeners and commenters. For me, I think Mr. Wike has a case, but the problem we're going to be having here is we are not legal expert. It could be difficult for us to diagnose, but anyway, we just have to talk as laymen because I'm a layman. I read engineering, not law. First of all, I want to blame Wike and all the southern governors for conceding to, for allowing the northern candidate to emerge. In the first place, when they had a meeting in Lagos, they said the presidency must come to the south. And when it was killed against the south, they never complained, they never protested. I think that is my grouse with Wike and the other southern governors, who we were all clamoring when, and we praised them when they had a meeting and said a presidency must come to the south this time because it has been in the north for the past 8 years now. So that is when they would have shouted, they would have called out the northern people, but they didn't do that. Now this is medicine after death. But anyway, Wike is a lawyer. He's probably aware of the intricacies or the implications surrounding this case. They look at it from this angle. Wike should know that one, this is not like a family affair or like a clan. This is a legal affair and it's a party affair. But why I think Wike has a little chance, he has a point, is that the votes the candidates that voted for TAMBUWAL should be for TAMBUWAL. That is the way I see it, not for Atiku. And if you look at it very closely and very vividly, you see that actually there was a mix-up somewhere. So TAMBUWAL came at the dying minute to say people that voted for him should go for Mr. Atiku, which was actually wrong. I don't know how the judge is going to look at it. These are legal luminaries. They know better than us. But if you look at it from the layman's view, you see that actually those votes were not supposed to mean for Atiku. Those people voted for TAMBUWAL. If those votes had to go for TAMBUWAL, I think Wike has a lot of chance to win the candidacy of the PDP. I think probably that is how he has been advised by the legal people to go to court. But like I said,
Mr. Kennedy, can I just chip this in?
Can you hold on?
Do you know that? Okay, just carry on.
Sorry. You see, Wike, for me, I think Mr. Wike is very confused and he's trying to destabilize everything about the PDP, because he said, if you don't love River State will not love you. As they pay them, so they sweet us, all those his slogans. He's behaving like a baby. I think his aim is just to destabilize PDP and make sure PDP does not win the presidency. But me, I will beg and plead with Wike, instead of you trying to destabilize the PDP or any other party, why don't you just come to where you belong and let there be equity? Come to Labour Party, come and support us, and let us have a united front and move the country forward. Thank you. I'm Mr. Nice, Brother Nice.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy, what I wanted to say is that if you like TAMBUWAL now, if like as TAMBUWAL is now, if TAMBUWAL step down, Atiku have the right to go for all the people that is supporting TAMBUWAL to convince them to vote for him. He has the right to do that. Even in Western world, they do it as well. You can go for opposition electorate to convince them to vote for you. So that is the reason why I'm telling you that Wike don't have any chance. He don't even have any case. That's the result that will come out from court. Just watch.
Yeah, the court has the right. They has the right to interpret that part of it. So we are not legal experts. So So I will leave it there. Thank you very much.
All right. Over here we have this from just a minute. This is from Samuel Olaka. He says, to understand the Wiki and Atiku case, can we analyze how the voting went? If delegates had voted for Tambuwal before the vote was matched with Atiku, then Wiki has a case. And that was the case. Um, when they had the time to speak with the delegates, and all of that, he canvassed votes for himself, delivered on what he's going to do. I mean, all those things they say. Then when that was done, he came back out to say that he is stepping down and that his votes should be matched with Atiku's own. They had voted for him first. The vote had they came in. It had been counted. Then he said that he was stepping down for this, and yes, that was what happened that time. I think he has a case. If he doesn't have a case, I don't think he would. I think Wike would rather be releasing songs out there and be dancing with his bell than going to the court taking this. And it looks like we are not ready for what is to come. I don't know, for some reason. If INEC will be able to stand their ground or do the needful in this case, I think the PDP are just getting more, I don't know, more complicated or interesting, so to say. Now, I looked out for reaction to this news as of when it dropped, and I tell you, a good number of people are saying that if Wike would come out of this and stand as the presidential candidate, then there just might be a divide in Obi's supporters. As you know, of course, we need a somebody who would stand for what he believes in and fight for it. People think that of course, people have always thought that a man like Wike is the kind of man we need as a president. And now, if he would be able to shake the party, drag them to court, and redeem what he thinks is rightfully is, then I don't know. Should we be looking at a divide between of supporters going to of Peter Obi and to Wike? Mr. Collins, what do you think about this? Do you think this will bring a divide in Mr. Peter Obi's supporters, or you think
Um,
people that are for these people are still going to stick to their gods of following this man?
One thing I know for sure is that Wike is trying to be relevant. In all this thing, that is what I'm trying to pick from all this. He's trying to be relevant in all this thing because at the end of the day, maybe after being governor of Rivers State, maybe at the end of the day, maybe you feel like if I'm not anything in Nigeria, people might not, my name may be forgotten. Like nobody is talking about Odele again. Maybe the same thing that happened to Odele, maybe the same thing that will happen to Wike. So he's trying to try a way to fix himself, maybe being relevant. Another thing, looking at what is happening between Wike and the PDP, I think not only in PDP, APC is also under a crisis. If you look at what is happening, and I think when you look at like system, like I said before here, when you look at all these things happening, you begin to ask yourself, this is going to, as in the whole thing is coming to the way we see it, because everything is coming to as if it's planned something, everybody will plan for it. So PDP and the APC, when you see crisis, having crisis in and out, I think those things are happening in the favor of Labour Party. Yesterday, I couldn't be able to sleep. I slept. I went to bed very late because I was busy watching the whole thing that is happening in Abuja, the Labour, the summit, and everything. There's this joy. I was kind of seeing people cheering. When Peter B was talking about the same thing. Even I think Peter B vice president is becoming more. I think he's a more funnier than the way Peter B is. Even he has his own way of chipping things. Even he has many things. When he was talking, he keep bringing new slogans that people can be using. New things. I think he's making sense in different ways. For me, I'm beginning to like that man so much because the way he talks, he articulates things before he says something. When he's reading something, he'll be making statement from those things that be reading out. So I enjoyed everything they said yesterday, and what they said, I picked from that they are not running for president. It's we that are running president through them. And that is how the whole thing is playing out. Because if you watch the whole thing, I think when you see the things now going on, I think Nigeria, The only thing that will help it to be and that is that the campaign is going to take almost 6 months. Do you know what 6 months is? So that 6 months, they are going to use it very well because during that 6 months, people will be able to get the message properly. And now I like what they are doing in the north because they are now taking the north campaign through grassroots like radio. Because if you go to north, if you want to get people there through radio, you can get them a lot. So now they are taking it to their radio station, moving the message to radio station, while Wike and P2B and Atiku keep taking themselves to court. But in all those things, I think it's a favor. Is Wike is trying to do something. You know, that guy is kind of corny. I see him as very corny person because now APC may be thinking Wike is with them. PDP is thinking Wike is with them. Even Labour Party is even thinking that Wike is with them. So he keep like trying to be relevant, you know. At the end of the day, he'll pinpoint where he wants. So I like his maybe for that one, I will give him credit for that one. So I give him credit for that one, trying to be relevant. That is one thing I see in Wike
All right.
movement. Yeah.
All right, thank you for your submission, Mr. Collins. Brother Nice, do you think that if things turn out well for Governor Wike, do you see a possible, do you think this will affect the Peter Obi's camp, the supporters of Peter Obi? Do you think there will be a divide?
Even though he even won the case today and become the flag bearer of PDP, Wike, the support that people are still going to give to him is not going to be more, it's not going to be as it's supposed to be. You understand? I don't know if you understand what I mean. It's not going to be as it's supposed to be if he just won it directly from the first hand. So now, even though it's still there's division, there are some people that will still try to merge with go with Wike. At the end of the day, if Wike lose at the primary, those people will still come back to Peter Obi. You know, so I don't even think that anybody in this Peter Obi movement will even trust Wike anymore, because Wike have made a lot of moves that I told you myself that I will not even trust Wike anymore, because Wike now is just running around, you know, making a lot of moves that he's not supposed to make, you know. So the little trust that I have for him before is gone. So I don't believe that any obedient will even trust Wike, because everybody sees clearly that that man is not what we think before. You know, he's not the same person. So Wike should go and sit down in one corner and let people see, let people focus on this Obi movement. Thank you.
All right, brother Nice. I'll take this from Victor Ikena. Victor Ikena, welcome to this broadcast. How are you? Okay. Victor Ikena says, Peter's statement is a very powerful statement. They are not running for president for Nigeria, but Nigeria is running president under them. That was what Mr. Collins said a couple of while ago. I needed to read that as I thought that was, that's quite a profound statement. Whew. This we can't take it away from Peter Obi. You just can't take away the intelligence of this man. I mean, it will be good for a change after a long time for us to have president that you can interact with, that can go out and represent the country. There was one time that this is on the lighter note. There was one time that Buhari went and signed a document, I think with the British government, and people were really, Oga, what are you signing? You that you don't hear, you don't see, you don't talk, we don't know what you are doing. It went on and on and on, and that was why we need a leader that when he goes to sign something, we are settled, we have peace of mind that our interest and our good is being thought of at all times. All right, Mr. Kennedy, do you think this will bring a divide in the Peter Obi's camp, supporters camp?
Well, for now, like I said, I think Mr. Wike is trying to, be a destabilizing factor in PDP, and by so doing, he's probably going to use it to one go his way through and get to a bargaining table. Because one of the reasons, I think the reasons they gave for Wike coming back, I think the Wike's camp, if I'm not mistaken, that you should step down. And I think Wike is eyeing that position because the former chairman was from Rivers State. I think he actually orchestrated the removal of that of Secondus. And he thought that position could come back to him. That is my own permutation right now. So he's trying to become a destabilizing agent so that the position will be ceded to him when IU finally resigns. I don't know if IU is ever going to resign. But the people, the Yoruba people, the people from the West too, they are clamoring. They want to have that position. They want IU to resign so that they can have that position. So it's neither here or nor there. So I don't know what he actually wants. I think he's confused. There's confusion in his camp. Uh, at the end, after fighting with PDP, he's not going to have he's not going to have pedigree anymore because he's not going to be trusted. So he's testing the waters. The way he's testing the waters, I think it looks like he has no enough political power to do all this, or he doesn't have enough experience. He's doing it the wrong way. So I don't know for Peter Obi's camp. I don't know what is going to happen because I'm not sure Wike will win the case anyway. But he's just trying to destabilize. There's no way the INEC will remove the almighty Atiku from there and the institute Wike. It's not good. It's not going to be easy. That will destabilize the whole country.
He's using the law. He has
Yeah,
taken them to court.
somehow, the judges, they look at what would destabilize the country and they rule otherwise because remove article from there. Now you see destabilization in the country. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all. So, or they might even start adjourning the case before the election, and the moment the election takes place, the case is over. Nigeria, what does not happen in Nigeria, what cannot happen in Nigeria or whatever, it does not exist.
What
So
does
that's
it?
our country. So
All
that's the
right,
way I
Mr.
see it.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for that, Mr.
Thank you.
Kennedy. I'll take this comment from James Morgan. He says, at IMA, if Wike wins today, it will affect both the Labour Party and APC in the South because they will share votes. That's almost in line with what Mr. Kennedy just said, that if that happens, I mean, the almighty article, there's going to be a whole lot of shakeup in Nigeria, not just even politically. I think it's going to affect these people are going to release or unleash their dogs on us. Let's not even say their dogs. The dogs will unleash themselves. I mean, because everybody's very, very emotional about this 2023 election. Everybody is using their blood, their sweat, everything to vote for their principal. Mr. Tunaija, welcome to today's broadcast. How are you doing?
Thank you. Good morning. Yeah, I'm doing okay. And how is everything on your end?
Everything is going just fine, thank you. Mr. Tunaija, do you remember my name?
Yes, Ima. Is I do. Ima, isn't it? Did I get it?
Yes. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I
Yes,
got
you
it
did.
right.
You
Yeah.
did. You did. All right, Mr. Tunaija, welcome to today's broadcast. Have you been following, or you'd like a recap?
Please just give me a brief one. I get the idea that Wiki sued this thing, but I just wanted to get an idea of what is his case for suing.
Okay, now the people involved in this is Atike, or in this are Atike, TAMBUWAL, PDP. Yes, and now
Yeah.
PDP, because he says that they acted in bad faith. And on TAMBUWAL, he said that TAMBUWAL knew that he was going to step down for Atike all along. He just wanted to canvass, vote for himself, and merge with what Atike has just to increase the numbers. And now he's suing them on that ground, saying that TAMBUWAL's vote should not count, should not have been merged with with Atike. And now, if that does not happen, if TAMBUWAL's vote is extracted, Wike would have the most numbers as it is if TAMBUWAL's vote gets extracted. And now that would make him the flag bearer for PDP. Now that is what he wants. So we are asking, do you think the courts will be able to uphold the law on this, knowing the parties involved?
The court can. I think in Nigeria, I've seen things happen. I've seen the case where
So will
the
they? Would they? Because this is
uh,
not a regular case.
the question is always about, okay, I've seen it when the court removed the governor from office in Bayelsa. So if you can remove a governor that is already in office and the second person that came second took over office, yeah, I think it's possible in Nigeria. But the question is whether it's got a case, because I don't see how that is illegal, except because if is that not what we saw with Tinubu when people were stepping down for Tinubu and sending their supporters to support Tinubu. This is so. I don't know whether there is a case there, except within the PDP party, there is a specific rule that says maybe you cannot do something like that. And I am not sure that is even the case, because generally politics people lend their votes to others by default. They tend to do that. So I don't know what case Wike is making there. If there is a case within the rules of PDP, maybe he's got a grounds for it. Or he's just looking to spoil, because clearly he on so many levels he was treated badly. First, they ganged up on him. In short, for me anyway, as you know, a Nigerian citizen, the way I look at it is that Wike was by far better for PDP than than Atiku, because he has the ability to communicate. He's a good communicator, and as a matter of fact, if you look at Wike, given the times, we need crazy people like that. If anything, Obasanjo said something similar. It tells you that behind the scenes, they actually supported Wike at that time. He was saying that Nigeria needs somebody that can be crazy and do crazy things, an action person. And if you look at Wike, he's emblematic of the character people recognize of Nigerians. He's bold, brash, and he's willing to do what it takes to get stuff done. But this guy, old man, that competed against Abiola, decided that, you know what, I'm going to run again and block this guy, no matter what. That is just selfish. And given where the country is, I just feel like that's it. For me, Atiku's first violation. After he did that, you won the election. The election, you were not gracious enough to, bring Wike closer. Then, when it came to the process of selecting the VP running mate, he decided to rub it in his face again. Then it turns out that there was an agreement that they had that if he won and the VP or something, the person that is the chairman of the house or something should resign. And now the person is not choosing to resign because they feel like, oh, it has to be after the election. But that wasn't part of the agreement. You see what I mean? So this is the kind of behavior Atiku displayed, not to mention all the other things that he said in the background, like he can win without Wike and all the rest. When you keep doing stuff like that, you've just come to disrupt the party yourself. This is a guy that has hopped party, Atiku himself has hopped party while Wike has been there through thick and thin with the party. There are so many levels of violation. And then if Wike decide now that, okay, enough of this, that this guy, I'm going to make his life difficult so that he doesn't get what he wants, so be it. Because people just keep expecting the good. That's the thing about Nigerians. We keep expecting the good guy to just keep taking it. When are the good guy? When are the good ones going to get their way? This same guy has made a lot of money from the country. This same guy has served the country as a VP and has run this in he's been around in politics forever. He's an old man. What has he got to offer now that he couldn't have raised prodigies by now to do? If the old man is still running to come and run for office, it tells you that it's a failure. The same thing with Bola Tinubu. All these old men that have been in politics for a long time, you should have raised people to take your position by now. That is what we raise children to do, better than us. Not take the children's wives, take the children's family, and go and live in your children's houses. You raise people to take over position. That's what these old men are doing. So I believe that Wike has every right to spoil if he wants to spoil, until they recognize that this man did some good work for them. And I believe that no matter what they try to do to Wike, to say he's arrogant and all the rest of it, if Wike is arrogant, then what would you call Atiku for running in this time?
Mr. Tunanja, please just hold on. So let's have a reaction to something that you have said, then you continue. Mr. Kennedy, please react to that.
Okay, thank you for allowing me. Tunanja, long time no see. How have you been?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. There's a point you made. I want to quickly probably correct it. Might be the one that is wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. You said the same issue happened in Tinubu's case. People decide to take side with Tinubu. I think that wasn't the case. In Tinubu's case, people stepped down before the voting. But in this case, people already voted and the vote was already counted for Tinubu. I think that is where the problem is. I don't know if I'm the one wrong here, but
Wow.
I think that's where the problem is. Thank
Is
you.
that what happened? They've already voted for Tambuwal
Yeah,
and
for Tambuwal, yes. And
hmm,
Tambuwal later, towards the tail end of everything, he said, okay, all my votes should go for when he found out Wike was winning. He said, okay, that was the second time he came out. He wasn't supposed to have given his speech for the second time because all of them were
hmm.
allowed one time each.
Now
So,
that's interesting.
yeah,
If
thank
the
you.
vote has already been cast for one candidate, and then you come in after it's been cast, then you say the vote should go to the other side. Do the people, the voters, do they have any choice whether to um revote again? If they were not given a choice to vote again, that doesn't seem right. Because the idea of the vote, except of course within the rules of the party,
That's
any candidate can just switch their vote at any time.
that's why PDP is involved in this. Is saying that PDP acted in bad faith. Like they all knew, they all orchestrated this, they had it all planned out, and they played him like that. That's why he's even suing even PDP as a party.
Yeah, what happened. This is my that's why I think he's justified, because if if this is what happened, oh my God, man, what is wrong with these people?
And so,
So
so now I'm even thinking. So why would you want to be the flag bearer of such of a party that ganged up against you? How do you think you would thrive in such a party?
because sometimes the people that ganged up against you, they have experience of doing these things. It doesn't mean that you have to fight for your party. It's like your family. You fight for your family. Personally, I think that is what people do. If you want to, if you concede ground, these are people that go from party to party to destroy and cause problems. If you concede, someone like Wike, he's loyal to the party, so he should fight for the party that he's been loyal to all his life. He can't just allow. Sorry, who there was noise coming through.
Mr.
You,
Collins, please, if you're not speaking, please put your mic on
mm,
mute, please. Thank you.
you you can't just allow people that just come into the party to destabilize the party, run roughshod over you and get away with it. So in a way, maybe Wike is actually justified to do what he's doing. If this is how far they went, when even the vote has been cast already, that even if it's somehow allowed, it seems a little bit too wicked thing to do. It's just too wicked thing to do. What kind of stuff is that? These people are playing with the Nigerian people's this in destiny. You can't, for this old man. What is wrong with people? There are certain times you just say, you know what, enough is enough. Your money shouldn't go this far. The vote has been
Exactly,
cast.
exactly,
Get on
Mr.
with it.
Sunanja. Exactly. With what is happening in the country, you would think everybody will say now is not the time for it is your turn or you are left or any of those rubbish
Mm,
that they are spewing as it is. You would think they will come out and say, no, if you're going to represent us, you have to come correct. Giving
yeah.
slots to the likes of these people, it just shows the wickedness of PDP. And I'm wondering why Wike is doing all of this for PDP. Nobody sends PDP anymore. If you're a good person and you want to stand, leave PDP, then we can talk. Then you'll be seen. But as long as you are there, so that's why I'm wondering to what end is all of this? Is it truly just there to cause chaos and see to it that it burns PDP, or he wants, what is rightfully is, in his opinion? I don't know. Now, okay, Mr. Tinaja, let me move to Mr. Antibide. I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Miss
Welcome to this.
Emma, can I say something, please?
Okay, brother, nice.
Yeah, I want to say that the way Mr. Kennedy explained it now, if it's that how it goes, meaning that we can have a case then in court. If it's true the way Mr. Kennedy explained it now, that is the way it goes, Wike has a case in court, and if he win the case, meaning that it's possible that the court can even cancel that
Please,
this
let's
thing.
not let's
That
speak realistically. Oh, this is Atiku that we are talking about. Atiku. Will INEC
with
have it
no
in them
no
to
no they can the court can retrieve that vote that Tambuwal allocate to this thing to Atiku. The court they can cancel that vote. It's possible, but I don't know. But it's going to be difficult, but it's possible. That is what I want to say.
All right, thank you for saying that. This is from Samuel. Samuel, hi, Samuel. You're like my man of today. Oh. All right, Samuel. Samuel is saying, okay, Wiki has a right to fight for justice. As them they fight dirty, it is sweet us for Bele. It shows PDP is a party riddled with dirty dealings. It helps Peter Obi to be the saint that he is. PDP is dirty. That voting process is so obviously irregular and inexperienced from the PDP that prize themselves as a party. All right, Mr. NCBD, welcome to this broadcast. How you doing?
I'm fine, Sister M. Sister Ima.
Mr. Mr. NCBD, you might want to pick up on the volume, please, so we don't have to struggle to hear you.
Oh, uh,
All right, let's have your
you
reaction to
can.
this.
Okay. Yeah, well, um, I think Mr. Kennedy spoke quite in detail because, but I will just add mine, which is this Wiki and the rest. Like I said, was it yesterday or the previous? I'm not so sure. Wiki, anything they are doing in PDP, it's already predetermined. And this is not governor. Somebody was making reference to Hopu Zodima and coming forth and the Supreme Court. The difference is clear. It's not the same. This is a president. This is presidential event that they are talking about. Someone like Atiku. Who is that person? In which country? You know, sometimes we forget the country we are talking about. In Nigeria, they will now come and nullify Atiku's. When did Wike enter? When did Wike start join politics? I don't know what people are even how we are even daydreaming, but it cannot work. The only way Wike can do, Wike has he has put so much money, everything. That's just to show you the kind of influence Atiku have. He has done everything, put all the money, do whatever. Atiku even left PDP, came back and still took that position twice. So. Uh, Forget about Wike trying to overturn anything. He can overturn maybe something in River State. If it goes too much, maybe one other state in the south, but not in the level of Atiku. It's not like I'm praising Atiku, that's just the reality. So if he wants to do anything, and also like for the sake of also, you know how divided the country is, definitely, you know, people will just go crawl into their tribal or religious, quarters at the end of the day. So definitely, there's a lot at stake that will make it look like, that those, whether the court or whoever will not want to gamble with. It's not even possible. So for Wicked, the only way forward I see is it's either you leave that party and go and join. If you want to join APC, join direct. We already know that all these people are the same. If you don't want APC, if you want to keep proving, showing yourself as a man of the people of this, whatever, then go and form your own party or join a Labour Party, or join even if you show a race party, anyone you want to join. But don't just stop playing games. All this is just games they are playing, trying to look for relevance and, among the people. Yeah, so that's what I think about the whole thing with Wiki.
All right, Mr. NCBJ, thank you for your submission. Hello to each and every one of you right here in the comments section. All right, Johnson Emmanuel, it's good to have you here. This is for you, Mr. NCBD, from Johnson Emmanuel. He says, at NCBD, that is the inferiority complex we have in Nigeria that is making us backward. We see certain people as very powerful. Who be Atiku for God's sake? Okay, Johnson Emmanuel. Femi Bash. Hi, Femi Bash. How you doing? Femi Bash says,
Sorry.
hello, beautiful people. Yesterday we talked about Wike with Kachi. Today it is Wike again. I think we are overflogging this issue. No, I don't think so. I don't think Nigerians are even ready for all of the things that Wike has right there in his sleeve. Thank you for joining this broadcast. Anthony Obiora, thank you. Irene Finest, hey mama, how you doing? Good to have you on this broadcast. Naomi Bella, thank you. Samuel Olaka, thank you. Edulai, thank you. Michael Okere, thank you. James Morgan and Tony, what's up? Kate Love, Irene Finest again. It's good to have you. It's good to have each and every one of you. Esther Ogu, good to have you here. Carols, thank you for tuning in. Chukulote Edo, how you doing? It's good to have you. Victor Ikenna, thank you for being on this broadcast. Thank you to each and every one of you that has even been engaging. Thank you, guys. Please let's not forget to do the needful by liking this broadcast. The numbers of likes here and viewership do not tally at all. Let's do the needful. Let's like this broadcast, share, invite someone. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Niger Watch. Support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right there in the comment section. Please support us, guys. Please. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll come back to my panelist, Mr. Collins.
Sorry, my sister, Mrs. Ima. I just wanted to very briefly reply the comments that mentioned my name, just very briefly. I'm not trying to. Like I said, it's not about praising Atiku or anything. He's powerful, no doubt, in that context that we are referring to, the party, PDP, or this current, this whether it's PDP or APC as it is, but PDP in this case. So it's just like someone in his house. No matter what you feel about that person on the street or in your own house, if you enter that person's house, that person is powerful, has the power. So these people are in control of that party. For you to make any headway or to show them that they cannot lord it over you, then you have to go and create form your own party where you have the strength. So as it is, it's not about pushing at making
But
Atiku
you
look like
see,
he's
you
bigger
just
than
did the same
everybody.
thing again. You just did the same thing again, even in your statement. These people control the whole party, and stop it. The truth
Are
is,
you are
when
you are you are you are
you
you are
just
you
did the
sure
same thing
are you
again.
sure you're listening correctly,
I
my friend?
am
I
listening to
said
you. Come on, you see me.
listening.
Stop.
I said
You
these
just keep
people
circling around.
control
Oh, come on.
what. Are you a child? Don't start bantering
No,
now.
but he
I'm
just said
saying
it though.
I'm saying these people control this party, whether it's PDP or APC. Did I say anything about other parties? Can't you? Are you not
You said they
comprehending very well, my
control.
friend?
In other
All
words,
right.
assigning them.
I'm
All right,
referring to
Mr.
PDP and
Nsibidi.
APC.
Okay, all right,
Please,
Mr. Nsibidi.
you're
If you've
arguing
if
like
you've
a high school
responded to Johnson
student.
Emmanuel, if you have responded to Johnson Emmanuel, I'd like to move on, Mr. Nsibidi.
I've responded. I'm just saying I don't
All
know
right.
the basis of arguing as if we are children here. I'm telling you about PDP and APC. You're talking about other parties. What's your problem?
All
I
right,
don't
Mr.
know.
Nsibidi. Thank
I'm
you.
just saying
Mr.
what you said.
Tunanja.
Yeah,
Mr.
I'm just
Tunanja.
saying what he
Let
said.
me ask
That's
you a question, Mr. Tunanja.
go ahead.
The same question I've asked every other person on here. If with all of this unfolding, uh, Wike, if he comes out of this, victorious, do you see a possible divide in Obi's supporters?
Yes, there will be a serious debate then amongst people. Maybe now debate will be less, but if Peter Wike had won this thing, I don't think Peter Obi's this thing phenomenon would have been as strong at all. It wouldn't even be close. Because the problem people had was they looked at the two candidates of the two major parties, two old men that don't have anything to offer them other than the same. Oh my God! I fear. You see, there's a chance that Nigeria could have maybe had a revolution right now without Peter Obi. Because if Peter Obi wasn't there as an outlet, people would be so desperate right now. They will be full of despair that these are the two guys that we have to choose from to run the country. And that is something we have to thank Peter Obi for. And because what he did was he just moved another party and he created an outlet. because these people, what this is how selfish. This is why I really fault what Atiku did. How selfish. And then this in Tinubu and went and did the other side. They never think about the people for once. They never think that the youth will be completely full of despair when they see two of them. They just went there and just sat there, want to take over. And then Peter
All
Obi
right.
stepped aside. That's what created this thing. And if Wike wins now, let's say by miracle he becomes this in the nominee, that will give people more choice.
Okay, all right. All right, Mr. Senaja, thank you for answering that. Mr. Nsibidi, yes, I'd also like to throw that question at you. Do you think this will create a divide amongst them Obi supporters?
Well, that's exactly what I was referring to. Peter Obi did what Wike is running away or hiding from doing. If you really want to challenge the system, move to a platform that is independent from these guys, that these people don't have a control over. And that's the simple thing. When I'm talking about moving to another party, why didn't I say still a party? It's still a political party, but move to another one where these people have all look at, even with everything Wike did in PDP, the same PDP chairman that they claim that Wike helped put in that position is the same one that called the whole thing for that worked, for Atiku. So what does that show you? So if you really want to make any change, or you really want to challenge the system, then you don't have to depend on another person's power and influence, because you can claim that you have all the influence or whatever in your region. What about the north? So do something like Peter Obi said. I think that's the only way place will agree with Two Niger. Do what Peter Obi did. Either you join him or go and create your own. People will follow you. Is it not Peter Obi that they are making inroads in the north now? So that's just it. But unfortunately, people are just blindly following these people. That's why I'm telling you, I will never take Wike serious until I hear that this man has either
Okay.
left PDP or he has joined another opposition party.
All right, Mr. Nsibidi, thank you for that. Mr. Collins, back to you. Thank you for you're the first person on today's broadcast. Thank you. I wish I had an award for my first panelist. I would have done the needful right now, but thank you. With
You're
everything
welcome.
happening over here, we are still facing the road robbers. We still have that to deal with. We still have, I don't know, we still have everything here to deal with. And now we have this menace in the political atmosphere of one of the strongest parties in Nigeria. I mean, with everything going on, give your submission briefly to Nigerians as we've come to the close of today's broadcast.
I mean, what is going on in Nigeria? For me, before the election, remember when they during their campaign primaries, a lot were happening during that period. That was when Kaduna kidnapping train, all this thing, even APSU was going strike at that moment, and you see politicians coming out buying tickets for 100 million, millions of, and where people are even the one thing that surprised me at that moment, seeing people like Meji coming out, coming out to purchase a presidential ticket for. So what are even if Amechi won the primary election, what is Amechi going to use to campaign? What ground are you using to campaign that Nigeria, I'm going to protect you, I'm going to do this? While the simple office you couldn't even manage, then you want to come and manage. That shows you the level we are. So now they all like Tuna just said here, most of our politicians, they always took us for right. They think maybe we are not human beings or Nigerians, we don't think or something like that. Anybody can just wake up in the morning and start maybe wants to do whatever they feel like. Maybe they take people for granted because that Amechi on really surprised. Even the Minister of Education, two of them, like, I'm kind of thinking to myself, are these people really taking us for right or are they thinking that we are not human beings? So maybe we don't ask questions, or maybe Nigeria don't need to ask questions. You wake up in the morning, you said I'm presidential candidate, everybody will start voting for you, cheering for you. That's the level we are. So for me, looking at the situation on ground now, I think that he said something yesterday. He said he's not going to force you. That if you that they know themselves, All these people, they know themselves. Just kindly respect yourself, pack your load, and go peacefully. As in peacefully, because as in peacefully, if you are corrupt, you are Boko Haram sponsor or whoever you are, his kindly advice to you is just pack your load, because as in the time, this is the time have come for all these people to pack their load and just walk freely. Walk free, as he said, walk freely, because walk free means if you don't walk freely, because coming 2023, this for sure. I'm not even doubting it. People are still having doubt about this election. I don't know how they, for me, looking at what is happening on the ground, because even if at the end of the day, anywhere Nigeria tried to maneuver the election, if you maneuver it, it's going to cause, look at what is happening in Sierra Leone, it's going to cause havoc, as it's going to cause something that even nobody will be able to withhold in Nigeria. So
All right,
instead of
Mr.
giving advice
Collins.
that people should work, for me, in this security that happen in Nigeria, all those our leaders should, the more focus is security should be the number one thing, and providing for people. Because if people in Nigeria are no longer there, who are you
All
coming
right,
to govern?
Mr. Collins, that's all we can take. We
All
have to
right.
move on.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you very much. Mr. Kennedy, please give your submission.
Thank you very much. Very briefly, I want to quickly touch on the road robbers. Like I said yesterday or the day before, the road robbery will not stop because there are no jobs. Up to 70% of the population. So because of that, it will be difficult for us to tame the robbery issues, because somebody that is hungry will definitely want to go out to look for food. It's not everyone that is genuine. It's not everyone that has that mental capacity to go to the farm or to go and do labor or menial job. Some people are just there to quickly get what they want to eat. So the onus lies on the government to create jobs or enabling environment for people to survive. Uh, The other aspect is, during the beginning of this regime, Buhari told us the terrorism is the handwork of the opposition. Recently, we have not been hearing that from him. It's no longer the opposition. At the time, he said these are foreigners. If they are foreigners, why are we not dealing with them? I think we have a lot to, this government, they have a lot to explain to the entire populace. And the army recently, they are telling us that some Boko Haram member or terrorists, they surrender to the government. And we have been hearing that before. Some surrender, some are enlisted into the army. And these people that are surrendering, who are they? What are their names? What nationality? If they are not Nigerians, why are we not dealing with them? What is their motives? In developed world, when you catch a terrorist, they are profiled, and the motives are, dig into and find out what is their motive, so that we can deal with the issue. Nothing like that is coming up. They just tell us they killed some terrorists. They even killed the kingpin. I don't know who the kingpin is. They know where this kingpin is all along, and they've not been able to take him out. So it's a problem. The only thing is we still have to, persevere until the election of next year, where we shall take out all these old people. According to Niger, he said he is not happy with all these old people that should have groomed their stooges or their prodigies, and like Tinubu, that should have prepared Osibanjo to the presidency. He refused to do that. Atike would have been there since 1993. He has refused to train or to propel anybody. So it's a difficult situation. We make sure we kick them out. This Peter Obi and Dati, those are the people we are clamoring for to come into the saddle. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy, and thank you for being on this program. You know, you're always appreciated. And yes, I dare to say on behalf of everyone that we love you and we appreciate you always. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Guys, please let's do the needful by liking this broadcast, sharing this broadcast, inviting someone, supporting us, turning on notification. But first, let's start with the likes of the broadcast, guys. Thank you. And please use the dollar sign to the right to support Ninja Watch. Please, you don't have to run a domiciliary account before you attempt it. Whatever currency, naira, yen, pounds, whatever Sefa, I think Sefa, whatever it is you are using, you can't contribute, you can't support us. Please do the needful. Thank you very much. But do not forget to and like this broadcast. Mr. Tunanja.
Yeah. I think I heard this guy talk about the guys that they caught in Owo. That regarding the Owo attack, and whenever they arrest these people, um, if I wanted, for me anyway, the problem I have with some of all these so-called reports of arrests is that one, we don't know their names, we don't know who these people are, and somehow everything is done in the dark, and I don't know why that is the case because here in the West, if there is a terrorist attack and they arrest somebody, within days you will get their name, get their photograph, maybe even get their address where these people came from, and so that people have an idea of what is going on. Because in a society where these sort of events keep occurring and people don't seem to see justice being done, or even see justice appear to being done, it leads to this type of uncertainty in the country, and it's a big problem. I don't know why these our leaders do this. It's like they want to be Western than Western people. You are protecting the privacy of potential terrorists. I don't know. I don't get the idea behind it because in the I think the definition that they gave for justice for peace is that peace is not the absence of violence or conflict, is the presence of justice, or at least appearance of justice to being done. And this is part of the reason why Nigerians feel so restless, because they don't feel like anybody is doing anything. Whether they are doing it or not, we don't see it. And none of these people now will probably show up on the news any day. They've arrested so many so-called terrorists. They've got names of so-called terrorist sponsors, but we don't see them. What kind of tactic is this? I don't get it. And Nigerians should be demanding more that we need to see these people. If America, where where they protect privacy so much, UK, where they protect privacy so much, can expose the people that are behind these things, why are we not doing it in Nigeria? Why is everything always being cloaked in darkness? This is the problem with transparency. We need to be demanding more from our leaders, and this thing where we just say let them get there, let's elect a good guy to get there. No, they need to commit to what we want them to do first before they get there, because that's how you really know that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. Because the moment they get in there, they close the door, that's the end of it. But if they commit to it, because there are politicians where in the West they make them commit, they even made them sign agreements. Not it may not be very legally binding, but anybody, anytime you go out and you don't do what they said, and those people they show anybody that said, look at what this man signed up to. He knew what he was supposed to do, but he's not doing it when he's in office. That damages them a lot. Nobody will ever vote for them again. And if like NLC has the power to hold government to account. There are so many organizations that can do that by saying you agreed to do this. That's the basis we voted you in, and now you are in office, you refuse to do it. We are not going to we are going to do this. We are going to take this punitive action against you.
All right, Mr. Tunanja. Thank you for sharing that. Yesterday you were not on this. You know why I asked you if you still remember my name? Because you've not been here for quite a long time. So I wanted to be sure that you're still
It's not
familiar.
that long. It's not that long. I was here this week, wasn't I? I think I was
No,
here a
you
month.
weren't. No, no, I don't
Seriously?
think so. Yeah, that's why I had to ask. Okay, so yesterday I said this that Amotekun, they give us results, they give us pictures, they give us videos. How can the military not have media to work with? You are going for airstrike. We don't get to see these things. I mean, all of these things should be captured. You need to share this information. Don't just tell us two kingpins were killed and that's it. That's it.
Exactly.
1,000 that's
They will
it.
just come and say,
That's
we
all we
killed
should
this
go
one, we
home
did this
with.
one. That's it. That's it.
Like
Nothing.
Amotekun are even delivering. They're showing us pictures. They're intercepting. They are proactive. But Nigerian military, what are they doing? We had we talked about this yesterday. You see why you should be here every day, guys. We talked about this and even more yesterday. And yes, we are pushing. We've noticed. I think Mr. Kennedy even brought it to our notice that you say the terrorist. How do you know that is the kingpin? So you people already know him. You know the place. People have just refused to, because if you kill people, so who identified that this one our oga, this one a small oga? Who showed you people that one? And the 1,755 people that surrendered, what is your definition of surrendering? They came to you themselves, or it was after a gunfight or after an encounter with them, what is your so what happens to them? Are they going to keep them back in that prison that there will be a jailbreak in another 2-3 months? What are they saying?
Nothing,
What are they doing? So
nothing.
all of these things we don't even,
We
as
don't get
I
to
would
see
say,
them.
what we don't get to see. It's almost like they don't care. You are taking 1,000 something. Which prison are you keeping them? How are we sure that they are going to be secured? Let's have their faces out there so that we don't employ or engage with these people thinking we are dealing with sane people.
Yeah.
Yes, we talk about this things too, but they intentionally, do not want to do this. I don't know why they are protecting the image or personality of murderers, of terrorists. These people
If,
have no honor in them anymore. They have no
if
honor.
for me, the only theory I have is that either the Nigerian government, some forces in Nigeria feel like Nigerians have not woken up to security. Let's say the person is taken in the lines that I think that Nigerians have not woken up to security challenges, so they want it to get worse and worse and worse until Nigerians wake up that they need to do something seriously about this. Because when they tell Nigerians that you need 2 million soldiers, Nigerians will refuse. There are governments that do that in the world. Some governments actually attack their own country to force the country to be ready for war. So that's what they
All
call
right.
force flag operation.
All right,
While
Mr.
others
Senator.
are just there trying to, keep the country so desperate that we start wishing that our colonizers return. Because I've had some people actually say because of this frustration that they want the colonizer to return. And in other words, they are conditioning us for the return. So that's the theory.
All right, thank you very much for that, Mr. Tunanja. Thank you to Mr. Akim. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Akim. Also, you can see me. Oh, Mr. Akim, I can see you too. I didn't even know you're on this broadcast. I can see you, Mr. Akim. Thank you. Thank you for this generous donation of yours. Thank you so very much. God bless you. God bless you, Mr. Akim. Thank you. Please, to those trying to get into the studio, our time is far gone. I'm sorry we will not be able to take anyone again. Please, you guys know I'm coming back by 1 p.m. So I can't even extend this longer than now that it is even 11:30. Mr. Akim, thank you. God bless you. Mr. Nsubidi, please give us your closing remark, please.
So are you coming back again?
Yes, I'll be back here by 1 p.m. for the chat.
All right.
Yes.
Have a
Okay, see
nice
you
day.
later. See you later, Miss Ima. I will leave this thing now so that I can come back early later. All right,
All
see
right,
you.
brother. Nice. Have an amazing day. Okay, Mr. Nsubidi, please give me your submission.
Yes, thank you so much for another wonderful and eye-opening session. Yeah, but I think I'll just close by saying that all these politicians, it is clear right now that the only person that we can hold on to and that we can push, that seems like there's a light at the end of the tunnel is the Peter Obi and the Labour Party Obidati movement. You understand? So that is where we should. I just want to encourage everybody to continue doing the needful, the groundwork. Everybody is part of the solution. The solution is not just the committee of Labour Party and Peter Obi himself. Is we the people. So we need to push for what we want, because if not, we will just keep wishing. And as much as Peter Obi is trying, he will not be able to do it on his own. So we need to keep speaking out in our social media. Don't believe anybody that tell you that social media is not. That's what they're trying to use and make you just run away from your, from online discussions. Social media is very important. Obama used it as one of his most effective tool, to get into office. And every other part of the world, social media is very important. So we have to keep doing what we are doing in our own level. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nsibide. I hope I get to see you by 1 p.m. today, 1 p.m. Nigerian time today. I want to see each and every one of you. Come, let's reason together. Mr. Charles, good day to you, Mr. Charles. Welcome to this broadcast. Please just give your submission.
I'm the one.
Yes, you're the one, Mr. Charles.
Actually, I've not been following. I just came in. I came late.
Okay,
I
just
don't
share the
know.
grace. Just share the grace. Just share the grace.
Okay. May God see us through in this election, that we will elect the right person into power. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much, Mr. Charles. I'll see you by 1 p.m. I hope you'll be here. And to be here early is key to Mr. Charles. Thank you for that. I'll take this comment. This is from Johnson Emmanuel, and he's saying, I think we should start sending prisoners outside their place of residence for security reasons. Most European countries do that to very dangerous prisoners. Hausa Fulani bandits should be sent to the south or east prison. And yeah, when I saw that, I was like, which state wants to? I think that's Naomi Bella that was asking, like, states like where should they send them to? My sister, that was the first thing that came to my head too. But send them to where exactly? I don't think any state would want to take terrorists in. I mean, a couple of months back, we read in the news that the Buhari went into a deal with the United Kingdom to house hardened criminals in Nigeria. Yeah, they're trying to decongest their own prison too. Can you imagine? Our prison that is made of concrete is where this man is going to. That should bring hardened criminals to this. I don't know what to say, but I don't know if you are going to talk about this later in the afternoon. Mr. Tunaja, you want to say something?
That would be like sacrilegious, really. I would just hope they don't even try that nonsense. We should. Why should we bring their prisoners here? Let them keep their prisoner. We should stop treating our country as if it's some kind of motel where anybody can just bring people. Rwanda is taking this is now their processing office for immigrants, because you just want that little money that they give you. Develop your country and stop begging people for everything. They don't take our. Why don't they help us put our Boko Haram people in prison?
I'm not sure they're going to accept that.
And we should be taking care of ourselves. And the sad thing is that we can. That is the scariest thing. We can actually do it. It's not because Nigerian economy experiences inflation, just the inflation alone that we experience every year. If we use that, if we pay that up in advance and use it to help our country, we will do better of that.
All right, Mr. Tunaya, that's I'm running out of my broadcast time. I need to run off, or this just closes up for me. So I'll see you by 1 p.m. Come by 1 p.m. Let's talk about all of this and more. Please do come by 1 p.m. So each and every one of you watching, please, thank you. Those watching, all right, those watching, those in the comment section, thank you for such an amazing time. And I see my sister out there. Thank you. Literally, all my family members are on here. Thank you very much to each and every one of you. Thank you, Carol, for tuning in. Carol, that's my makeup artist. She's badass. She's good. She's really, really, really good, guys. Check her out. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. And please always tell people about Naija Watch. This is a platform for the people. We give voice to the voiceless. So please come on board. Please do the needful support, guys. Inbox, support us. You need to support us. Running broadcast in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria is not. It doesn't come cheap. It costs a lot. So please support us to be able to do much more. Thank you. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for being here with me. Please be here by 1 p.m. and even better by 6 p.m. You don't want to miss today's debate. That being said, guys. Do not forget to, extend an act of kindness to someone. Smile at someone. People are going through a lot, not necessarily just in Nigeria, everywhere. People have a whole lot on them. They smile, nice gesture, little naira, cents, dollars, just little change. Pay for someone's drink, water. Just be nice. Go meet that woman stranded on the street. Help the woman selling pure water. You could give her 1,000 or 500. Put a smile on someone's face. Let someone say God bless you. Let someone who cannot pay you back say God bless you to you today. It goes a long way, guys. It sure does go a long way. So I'll see you very soon. And until I come your way again, stay safe. Be very vigilant wherever you are. Please be careful out there. Protect your PVC, vote wisely. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bye for now.